Back in the park, back in Victorville, hanging out with our friend, combat athlete, professional wrestler, star wrestling pro wrestling. It's Justin Morales. What's going on, man?
Hey, man, what you doing? What you drove all the way out here for?
Well,
drove all the way out here for?
We just brothered out on some Cracker Barrel, brother.
That's why.
I mean, I got to tell you, I love you, but the Cracker Barrel,
it's the real
seals the deal.
Yeah.
Absolutely seals the deal. Makes it not a question in my mind that I will come to Victorville whenever, because that is indeed the no longer the closest Cracker Barrel to the LA area, but pretty close. Second closest. So I don't want to go all the way out to Camarillo because I don't know. Whoa, there goes my can. I don't want to go all the way out to Camarillo because I don't know anybody in Camarillo. So I'll come here instead and hang out with my buddy. It's been too long, man. We did one of these park pods back in, was that October or something?
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. And fortunately, the brutal desert heat of Victorville has not fully taken over. So it's actually right pleasant here. So Justin and I have bonded over many things, one of which obviously is professional wrestling, and in just a moment we're actually going to be breaking down WrestleMania. What is it, 37?
37.
Fuck me, dude. I was in LA. My first year in LA was 30, so Jesus.
Okay, yeah.
Makes sense. We're going to be breaking down WrestleMania over at patreon.com/thegoodspod. But, we figured we'd record a little something for free for the people. And in this case, so I was in New Orleans right around Mardi Gras, as you tend to do, and I got a text from Justin that said, have you heard of this bang flavor? Purple Kiddles, which is, I can't even begin. Purple, new word, Kiddles, Kiddles. And I hadn't heard of that flavor, but there's a Lewis Black joke that I reference a lot because it is one of the truest things I've ever heard, where Lewis Black said, if a guy ever comes up to you and is like, hey, there's a bear that's shitting everywhere. Have you seen this bear? And you're like, no, that's ridiculous. What are you talking about? And then the next week, the bear is moving in with you, because that's just how life is. You're like, what? Like talk about WrestleMania. It's like, who's Bad Bunny? And then all of a sudden it's just, he's everywhere. And you're like, oh, okay.
And you finally see it.
You see it. Yeah, you see it. And this was one of those where I just was like in disbelief. I was like, what the fuck what is Purple Kiddles? And I had never seen that flavor. And pretty shortly, I mean, I think within that same day, because you would hit me up and I was like, what? This is ridiculous. There's no Purple Kiddles. They must have discontinued that flavor. That's crazy. I was in, and if anybody listening who's ever in New Orleans and just wants like one of the best dining experiences ever, you can find that at it's not even a restaurant, it's a mini mart, as most of the great restaurants in New Orleans are just located in the back of like little like 7-Eleven type mini marts, independently operated. This one is called Hank's, and the deal with Hank's is they're 24 hours, and there is a kind of an angry lady in the back who will scowl at you and then make you the best chicken you've ever eaten. And that's kind of her deal. So you walk in the back and she's just literally with her arms crossed sitting on her little stool just like, Meh! And then you're like, can I get that 3-piece and some fries? And then she's like, here, and just like kind of angrily shoves it in your arms. And you're like, all right, well, have a good night. And then you eat it and you're like, wow, this angry woman made the most delicious food I've ever had. But I was waiting for my chicken to fry. I'd ordered my chicken from the scowling lady, and I walk over, and right there at the bottom of that cooler, I'll be damned if I didn't see 2 bang Purple Kiddles just sitting there. So, buddy, these have traveled all the way from New Orleans, Louisiana to be here today, these Purple Kiddles. But like I said, to the point about the bear, and I couldn't get away from them. Ever since that moment, they're seemingly in every bang case I see. So they're not as unique as I thought. I just didn't know that I was looking for them.
The Purple Kiddles revealed themselves to you.
Yeah.
Like it was implanted in your mind. It was like Inception.
Yes.
It's implanted in your head, and then now
I was in-kiddled.
Yeah.
But The thing about these that's extra strange, right, is that the can, Bang, the logo is kind of a Target logo, so it's kind of got an aggressive sort of look. I can't tell if it's supposed to be a Target or like a radar, but I'm going to assume a Target because it kind of looks like that radar tracking system you'd see in like Independence Day or something. Like bogeys coming in fast,
you're looking through the
scope of a rifle or something. Yeah, I mean,
like on a video game, like on Call of Duty. That's what I've always thought it was.
Yeah. But these are way more explicitly militaristic. In the middle of this B on this Bang can is a fighter jet and a battleship at the bottom there. So these are pretty expressly, militaristic. This says Bang, potent brain and body fuel. So this is, I think we shan't delay any further. These have traveled over 2,000 miles to be here, so it's time to crack them open, and we'll try our purple Kittles. All right, they are open. They smell like purple Skittles. They are 100%. This is about to be grape Skittles. I'm calling it. Wow.
Yep.
Spot fucking on grape Skittles. Like, kudos to the flavor lab. They fucking nailed it, because grape Skittles don't taste like grapes in any way.
No.
They taste like grape Skittles, and I'll be damned, they nailed it. And it's not really like a shitty kind of creatine aftertaste that I usually associate with Bang. So
it is one of the better flavors I've tried just from the first drink.
Yeah, I hate to say it.
Some of them like the. I'm not really a fan of the was it champagne or
Frosé Rosé?
Was that it? No, I think there's a champagne.
Oh, is there a champagne one? I haven't tried the champagne one. Okay.
The sour heads I was not a fan of, but I had to. There was a sale like at the whatever store, but it was like $5 for $8 or something.
Oh wow! Okay.
I was like, I need energy drinks. But all they had were sour heads. So
yeah.
I'm like, I might as well. So then, like, through that, I hated that one just on its own. But then it's like, well, I got to drink these. So I'm completely done with that flavor.
Well, and you said this is your first Bang in over a year, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just too much. Oh, I can't say too much caffeine because I take pre-workout almost every day, and pre-workout like a Bang is 300 milligrams of caffeine.
Is it?
Yeah, my pre-workout is 250.
Okay.
So then, and I used to drink like 2 of these a day. There's a couple occasions I drink 3 of these in one day.
Damn, dude.
Just kind of on the go, like all day working and stuff. But I was just trying to overall just limit my caffeine intake, especially I had like some like minor blood pressure issues. So then the doctor's like, just kind of stay away from all that shit for a while.
Ease off the reins, the Bangs.
Yeah, the reins and the Bangs are the strongest ones, but I'm still a Monster guy. I'll drink a Monster.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, and I think they're just overall the best tasting energy drink I've had.
Yeah.
I drink the zero sugar ones, and those are pretty solid.
Yeah, I had one. I put it up on a poll, and it didn't win, so I ended up just drinking it in my off
Which one was it?
life.
It was an Ultra, right?
Yeah, it was an Ultra, and it was called
the gold one,
it was called Ultra Paradise, and it was green.
I just bought some of those. Those are my favorite.
Is it?
Yeah,
okay.
Those and the blue ones.
I was fairly indifferent. I was just like, okay, this doesn't have a... Because my thing with the energy drink, the thing that's interested me, and I think I mentioned this on the show, is how Red Bull, it was kind of the first out of the gate, back in the late 90s, and I hated it, and I still do not like that taste. Like, it is not a pleasant taste to me, and so I like that we're standing here, 20 plus years out from the introduction of Red Bull, and these companies have really kind of doubled down and like trying to get away from that disgusting, horrible taste. And I feel like Monster, they have just a different but distinct like non-taste.
Yeah. I'm completely past the regular Monsters. I remember when those came out; those were a huge thing. The black and green can, then the low carb, black and blue. But whenever I was able to. I had the zero sugar ones, and I really liked those. And then when there were times those weren't available, I go back to a regular, and I cannot drink those anymore. Those taste disgusting compared to the zero sugar ones. So I think they got like the perfect formula for these zero sugar. And I kind of see those more than the actual original flavors.
Yeah, it's kind of weird about these, right? It's called Purple Kittles.
And I love how it's Purple Kittles, but there's no purple on the can.
The can is not purple.
It's red, white, and blue.
That perhaps is the reason it has eluded me. Like, if they made this can, like, pink and purple, people might take notice.
They did have another one in this kind of can.
Yeah.
Similar style.
Oh, yeah. Narado actually tried that one, the Strawberry Blast.
Is that what it is?
Which he said was pretty good. I didn't sample that one. That was his can. But yeah, go back and listen to that episode. I believe he said it tasted like a strawberry lifesaver or something. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. This one's not bad though.
Yeah. I don't like how much I like it.
I did have some pre-workout, so I'm not going to try to drink this whole thing.
Oh, okay. All right.
So.
Well,
because I don't want to be up for even longer. Trying to figure out how to burn that energy, but
I was going to say, you might have sealed your fate there. We might have to go jump on a trampoline or something for a little bit.
I mean, we're at a park, so
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
just jump on that jungle gym right there.
Wait, there's a baseball field. You could go run the bases and show those kids a thing or two out there. Show them who's boss. That needs to be. It's a lost art in wrestling of just grown men just fucking with kids and showing how much better they are than them.
Yeah.
Like it's still like we talked about this in one of the episodes that we did. Ted DiBiase in the basketball is still one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And so I just think, when we come back, I'm sure some of these wrestlers have kids that'll sign them up for such a thing. We should just have a thing where one of our wrestlers, perhaps it should be Shitty Superman, just walk out on a baseball field and just own a bunch of kids at baseball or basketball or dunking on kids, something. I think it would be hilarious.
Or I think, is that what they're playing baseball right now?
Yeah,
just
they're
go over there and just throw some heaters like right past them. They need the practice. They're good. If they're going to be professionals, they're going to try to do this.
Yeah.
They're going to need to.
Just screaming at a 4-year-old. Are you serious about this or not? Do you want to be like me?
You can't hit this cheddar. The funky cheddar, the funky cheese.
Oh, man, yeah, just throwing spitballs at kids.
I could probably throw like 60, 70.
Yeah. You could...
Maybe not at a catcher's glove, like right on target, but
yeah,
probably throw pretty fast.
I was going to say, yeah, you definitely... I mean, we can make it happen. I don't think I could throw it that fast, but I could smoke those kids, dude. I could smoke those kids.
Or just running the bases and, you're going home. And just totally clear out the catcher at the plate. Just run him over.
Yeah. The kid just goes flying back.
It's the giant-ass shoulder tackle.
Yeah,
he goes flying to the cage.
Yeah. Yeah, bike race also. Very funny. If the kid has training wheels on the bike.
Yeah.
And you're on some badass road bike. Just like, hey, you little punk.
You want to race?
Okay. Like, that's the thing, man. If you watch enough, like, 80s movies, there is just a tremendous amount of adults just, like, doing crazy shit like that to, like, kids for no reason. And I feel almost cheated in my life because that is almost never... I don't think that's ever happened to me where some grown person saw me and was just like, hey, I'm fucking better than you at this, and then just tried to best me in athletics in some way.
At the skate park when I was younger, you'd see a lot of that stuff.
Older
really? Skaters would show up. Well, I could do this. Like, you're trying to do some basic ass ollie off some steps or whatever, and it's like, that's all you got? And this guy's trying to, like, kickflip down it or whatever. It's like, we don't care. Get out of the way.
Yeah. Oh, man. My favorite thing. I don't know when... I don't know if it's back yet or not, but the skate park at Venice, and obviously...
Yeah, it's there. Yeah, I've seen pictures.
Fucking hilarious.
I've been there once. It's fun.
Oh, man. I was with tour groups every day, and they'd always want to see Venice Beach, so we'd walk Venice Beach, and I'd be like, oh, yeah, let's go check out the skate park. And I'd mention, like, oh, yeah, this is a level on Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Like, a lot of pros hang out here and stuff. And you would see people with their own, like, camera crews, like, filming. And I don't know enough about skating to be like, oh, that's so-and-so. But you could tell, like, oh, they're actually, like, they're in this
even
for
down
real.
by the pier in Santa Monica, there's a lot of spots and videos.
Yes.
And then, like, it's crazy. Like, you'll go, there's, like, a giant, like, 3-stair, but it's very long. And then when you get there, you're like, whoever, like, Ardo sorry, like, switch, backside flip this thing. And it's like, I couldn't jump. I couldn't get a running start and clear the stairs.
Yeah.
and this dude's like doing tricks. It's so crazy, especially over there in that area.
Oh yeah.
Growing up, all those skate videos and seeing all that stuff.
Oh yeah. But my favorite thing about Venice is if you go during the week, between the hours of like 9 and around noon, it's like all the kids are in school for the most part, so it's just the old guys. And there's nothing like a 42-year-old man who thinks he's still got it, trying to do stuff and just eating fucking shit, and you could tell he's hurt. Like, you could tell his body is telling him you have to stop, but he is surrounded. The thing with the Venice skate park is there are always more spectators than skaters.
Yeah.
At any given time, there's probably a bare minimum, at least pre-pandemic.
Like if you lose your board and your board slips under you and goes flying, like you will hit somebody because there's so many people watching.
Have you ever seen that? There's a great news clip. I'll try to find it and I'll put it up on our Twitter at The Good Spot so people can see it. It was the year that Hugh Jackman hosted the Oscars. And so that was like a huge deal in Australia because it was like, oh, one of our guys is hosting the Oscars, And so Australians, like equivalent of like NBC Nightly News, sent a crew to LA for the whole week to like cover the Oscars, but also like, we're going to talk about the culture of Los Angeles. And there's a great video of an Australian reporter with his back to the Venice Beach skate park. And he's just like, wow, you could see amateurs and professionals here on Venice Beach. And as he's saying it, some guy's board comes loose and hits him directly in the back of the head.
Shit.
Like fucking hard. And it is...
That could kill somebody.
Yeah, easily. Like, yeah, if he'd gotten hit by the truck and not the board, that could have been done.
It's almost like a baseball game. Especially if you're sitting on the lower levels, you have to be paying attention.
Yeah.
Because a ball will just come flying your way.
Yeah, then knock your teeth out and shit. But yeah, that's always funny. But yeah, man, we'd always go up there and you're like... I'd walk up and I'd get a look at the skaters. I'm like, oh, this is old folks hour. And, the dads who would be on the tour with me would be like, these guys aren't that old. I'm like, yeah, but when you've been skating since you're, 12, your hips are not great by 40. Like, they're just not. Yeah. And so it was always, kind of fun to watch those guys because, the little kids will wipe out and they just get right back up. No problem. The old guys have to sit there for a minute. And you could just tell they're kind of reevaluating their whole life a little bit. They're just kind of like... And they'll just be down there for an extra 10 seconds.
It's kind of how I feel as a wrestler. I didn't do too much in my wrestling career, but the damage is there. Like for my knees and stuff, I'll kind of have to crawl down under, look for something under the bed. Then I'll be done. It's like I gotta sit here for a minute and like gather myself before I try to get up.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
It's probably that same kind of thing.
Yeah, I imagine so.
It's like, oh, I might as well sit here for a minute.
Right.
Okay, I'm ready.
Oh, man. Well, I was going to, kind of run this by you, and I've got actually something to share that was sent in to us by a friend of ours who actually listens in the UK. But we've been kind of talking about this. There was obviously that news story of the teacher who got into the fight with her students at the McDonald's. And I was going to ask you, what is the angriest that you've either made a teacher personally and or seen a teacher get?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head that I was always I wasn't the best student, but I would just
you seem like
I wasn't one to like make a scene.
I was gonna say you seem like you would have been like a very like
even as a
solid,
person,
agreeable.
As a person now, but if it's something I really believe in, I won't get angry, but I'll stand up for something.
Sure. Yeah.
But in school, I was never one of those kids. But there was one time I was in I think I was a senior or a junior, but I was like failing. I was still in like freshman algebra or whatever.
Hey, me too, man. Me too.
And then we had this teacher, and her twin sister was also, I think she was a science teacher, but they had rooms next door to each other.
What? That's just, come on.
I know, right?
You walk down the hall, it's like The Shining, but it's two teachers. Come learn
our
with
school
us.
Was, like, pretty new at the time, so it was just brick walls.
Yeah.
So it was like creepy, but yeah.
That is creepy.
It was just brick walls.
So it was like carpet. Doom.
Yeah.
It was like the screensaver on Windows 95. It was all bricks.
Yeah, totally. But then there was one time we were in. So I was in class with a bunch of younger kids and stuff, younger people. But you know, when you would get in trouble, this has happened to me. You'd be talking too much or goofing off, and your teacher would be like, "Okay, get out of the class. Like, go to the room next door and sit there or whatever." This teacher's sister sent a girl to the room I was in, and then it's always like, "Oh, what are you doing here? Like, what'd you do? Like, explain yourself. Like, what'd you do?"
Yeah.
Forget, like, what, I don't remember what she said, but then she's like, "Okay, stand in the front of the class." So she goes and she just stands there, and she looks like, you know, she already got kicked out of class. That's embarrassing, like,
right?
And you're going in front of students you don't know, kids you don't know, and you know, in high school, we're fucking assholes,
right? Yeah,
to other people, other kids and stuff. But then she goes like face to face with this girl and starts like yelling at her, like, "How dare you disrespect the teacher," or whatever. And, you know, interrupt class. And so, like, just roasting her. And it was, you know, in the beginning, it's kind of funny because it's like, but then it didn't stop.
Yeah.
You know, it was just,
she just kept dressing her down,
like, little miss, whatever. You think you're better than all this, you know. It started getting pretty rough to watch.
Yeah.
And then I don't know how it started. I don't think she encouraged it or whatever, but I don't remember if she did or not. But then students started like throwing stuff at her
for being bad, for being the coolest.
You're being like, yeah, like I could, you know. He's like, "Oh yeah, that's right." Like, kind of just trying to have fun, and like back then, I guess, you know, it's fun to bully in a way. I kind of,
particularly if it's everybody.
Yeah. Everyone wants to join in, you know, because the teacher's doing it. And I just remember me and my friend Devin, we were both on the wrestling team, but we were sitting in the back, just kind of like shocked look on our face, like kind of looking at each other like, what is happening? And like kind of too scared to say anything because, like, who knows if we get shit thrown at us. And
yeah, you don't want to get pelted.
It's weird when you're that age. You don't want to feel embarrassed, or you kind of don't want to stand out in that kind of way. Yeah. So we just kind of sat there like
while she got like pelted with.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna.
What
do
were
anything.
They throwing? Just like paper and shit, or like
papers? And there was started throwing like water bottles, like taking off the caps and like throwing the water bottles.
Oh my god!
She ended up being like soaked.
What?
She was soaked in
school
water.
Is this?
She was soaked in water and then like ran out crying. And
well, yeah. Oh my god! But that's fucking horrifying.
I do remember like this age when you're scared you're gonna get in trouble.
Sure.
Because like, if you go run and say something, you're gonna get in trouble because like, why'd you leave class or whatever.
Because my teacher was torturing a kid.
She sat there and like took it and then just ran away crying. And then like there was like the class had a big laugh and everything, and I was kind of sit there like horrified.
Oh my god, that is fucking terrifying.
I didn't remember this until you guys started talking about the stories, because I was like,
I'm sorry, we brought this back up.
I buried that like in my mind. That was like 2006 or something.
Yeah. Holy fuck.
So crazy.
Oh my god, is this...
And that was, back before like camera phones and...
Yeah.
I think we did have the video phones, but it was all like the grainy video.
Sure.
You could only record like 10 seconds. Yeah. Like the Razor phones or whatever.
No one had
no one had like evidence.
No one had a Nikon Coolpix point and shoot in there.
So that shit was crazy, man.
Jesus. What school was that?
I went to Colony High School in Ontario.
Okay.
Ontario, California. Famously, our famous alumni, besides me. So we have a Super Bowl champion, Bobby Wagner from the Seattle Seahawks.
Nice. Okay.
I think he was in the grade below me, but I always say, how many times has he been on Raw? How many times has he been on WWE Raw?
That's true.
How many towns did he make?
That's true.
How many towns did he make?
How many towns are in the league? There's a few.
Yeah, but he doesn't drive himself to those towns.
No, that's true. That's absolutely true. Yeah, I was a freshman when DeMarcus Ware was a senior at Auburn High.
I remember. I think that's the last time we were here. You told me.
Yeah, that's my NFL connection. I didn't know him or anything, but I definitely remember seeing that guy around school and just being like, Jesus, that man is a brick shit house.
Yeah.
And I was like 14. I was like a little short, like fat kid with glasses.
Well, he doesn't have to worry about money for a
I was
while.
like, it was just weird, like getting it. You're like, oh, that's a man.
Yeah.
That is a man.
We had a couple of those. Yeah.
Like
they're all on like the basketball team.
You're like, yeah, exactly. You're just like you are a child in every way.
It reminds me of
that's a man-ass man.
Bench warmers.
Yeah.
When the 40-year-old Dominican guy is just playing. He's like, yeah, I'm 12.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude. Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Oh god, that's so fucking nuts. I got this. This is from our friend Mr. Arnie in the UK. Sends this.
Shout out to the UK. I know some people there.
Oh man, I got. As soon as this goddamn thing's over, man, coming to see you.
I was telling my friend Adnan. You know Adnan, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Pro wrestling. But
I was just chatting with him on Facebook.
We were just talking about when all this shit's over, we just want to go to Japan.
Yeah,
because we work for New Japan Pro Wrestling, and we want to go like to the theme parks in the Super Nintendo World, I think it's called, at Universal Studios over there.
Listen, I'll pay my way.
Yeah,
I don't have to work for them. Can I just go with y'all?
I mean, that's the plan, but
I will fucking. That sounds fun as shit. I love.
Sure, they take care of us like to go to wrestling shows and all that stuff. We could get all the free tickets and stuff. But
yeah.
Why wait for the one they're building here in Los Angeles?
Yeah,
in Hollywood, but.
Oh
let's
man,
just go to Japan. That's our excuse to go to Japan.
Yeah, go for the.
We just got I think it's a 10-day quarantine right now, but once you get there, but that's not bad,
dude. Well, Wrestle Kingdom's in January. By then, who knows?
I know,
buddy. Let's.
I might have to hit him up.
I was gonna say, man. Hey, I look. I don't know if I can. I won't. I don't need to be backstage with y'all. Nothing like that. But I would absolutely tag along. That sounds fun as shit.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
We got to go to Ribera. I had a friend who went to Japan and was like, "Hey, do you want to bring you back anything?" I was like,
a jacket,
like
a Ribera jacket.
I was like, I know I can't get the jacket, but I was like, at least a T-shirt, maybe. And yeah, I don't even remember who that was, but I remember I think there was some reason that they couldn't get it for something, but yeah. So still gotta go to Ribera. We get maybe we could talk about y'all work for NJPW. Maybe we can get a jacket. Yeah. We'll make it happen.
I can send some texts.
And Mr. Arnie, by the way, sent like a typed out like series of screenshots. So this is gonna be a long one. I'm excited for this. Okay, school brawl. One time, 12 of us got into a massive school brawl. We were 13 and 14 years old, and there were about seven.
Like a rumble?
Yeah, like a Royal Rumble. We were 13 and 14 years old, and there were about 7 kids in the year above us, 15 from our year, and 30 from the year below. So this is the greatest Royal Rumble ever. This is the Saudi Arabian Royal Rumble, man. So 30 kids from the year below against me and my friends. Holy shit, dude. This is the Warriors. You are so outnumbered. We were 13 and 14, and there were 7 kids in the year above us, 16 from our year, and 30 from the year below, all against me and my friends.
What kind of friends you hanging out with?
Why did you do this fight? Run away. What are you talking about?
But on the flip side, it's like, you got some down-ass friends, man. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
You never, ever, leave those people's sides. If they stuck with you against... Oh my God! How many people is that? Yeah, that's what 40. It's over 50 people. 52 people versus you and your friends. Even assuming you have 10 friends, that's not gonna. Holy shit!
This is like an action movie.
It started when someone threw an apple at my friend T's head. So T had an anger problem and knew how to fight for a 14-year-old. Which that's a sentence right there. That is amazing.
This is in the UK.
This is in the UK too. So they're all in my head. They're all dressed like Angus Young. You know, they've all got the little short shorts and the little schoolboy hats and shit and the ties. So he knew how to fight for a 14-year-old, and everyone in the school knew it. So sometimes he would get targeted by people looking for a fight. This is like, honestly, boomers always like, oh, like this generation isn't that,
like
they're not as tough as we are. We used to walk 7 miles uphill in the snow both ways. But like, for real, I don't know of any kid who was like, oh, that kid can fight, I'm going to fuck with him. Like that, I don't think that was a thing.
No.
That's crazy. So a fight happened, and we get dragged into it, and hey, we handily win. But about 10 minutes later, another one of my friends, S, gets ganged up on by 5 kids, and I have to literally lift up and throw like 3 people, and he handles the rest. This is tremendous.
Yeah.
This is great. Me throwing those people gets their attention on me, and 5 minutes later, about 8 kids get me to the ground and start stomping me out, but I cover my head and start aiming for the knees. I manage to kick my way free as my friends hit them from the back, so I survive without too much of a concussion. This is brutal as shit, dude. Also, again, and like, I always felt that there was a bit of a cultural gap in me truly understanding The Wall by Pink Floyd, but this really puts more of a light even than that work did on the British school system, because this is the most brutal shit I've ever heard. Okay, so we get chased and split up, and the direction I run, I end up getting caught by a teacher. I find out what happened later, and that was that they got caught in the last brawl, and everyone from my class who got caught got dragged to detention. Funny thing is, the detention meant that they couldn't do their placement test for the next 3 years while I ended up doing the test. They ended up just automatically getting A's and V's because that's what they were predicted, while I failed because, of course, lingering head trauma. I don't know what a V is. I assume an A means an A. I don't know what a V is, and maybe very bad something. Yeah. I don't. I'm gonna
let us know.
Yeah, let us know. What is a V? We have A, B, C, D, F. No E for some reason.
Just pass or whatever.
Yeah, or pass and fail.
If you told someone this story, didn't tell them beforehand where it happened, you'd probably be like, "Oh, East LA."
Yeah,
or the Bronx, or
I mean, I don't know. I was just talking about this because I mentioned on the show we drove out to Bakersfield to get shots for Carter and Joe Raines, and on the way back I was listening to. Do you know the band Bell and Sebastian?
Yes.
Yeah. So they're from Glasgow, Scotland.
I did not know that.
And
I thought they were American.
No, they're from Glasgow. Oh. And there's another band called Camera Obscura.
I've heard of them too.
That is, and this might piss off some diehard Camera Obscura people, but they're basically Bell and Sebastian with a female lead singer. They're like almost I love both of those bands, but they have a very similar sound, and that sound is very, like Bell and Sebastian has a song called I'm a Cuckoo, where he's like, because I'm a cuckoo. Like, it's just very like kind of twee and happy. Glasgow is the most like violent city in Europe, and it's so funny that like this is me and Carter were talking about that like the most like twee indie music ever from the 2000s is from the scariest city, like where there's just knife fights fucking constantly. Like you have to win a knife fight to get into Glasgow, basically. So I just always thought that was very funny, just matching the kind of happy, kind of somewhat somber music of Bell and Sebastian with the terrifying nature of Glasgow. But yeah, that's from the UK. He actually sent us one other one, but I'm gonna read that one with Sam and Carter. But yeah, thanks again to Mr. Arnie for that great submission. We're always taking them, so if that knocks something loose in your head, let us know. What is the time?
I think that's exactly what this is doing. Just
you're like,
just trigger something.
Yeah.
Vietnam flashback.
Yeah. People have little flashbacks. You just see it, some girls weave tumbling across the courtyard, and you're like, oh yeah, That's one I remember, but I don't remember what happened. I just definitely walked out of the 800 building towards my science class, and somebody's hair was just tumbling across like the Wild West, like it was Tombstone. Like, I'll be your Huckleberry. Oh, shit. Well, this has been fun, man. This is where the roads diverge. For those of you listening to the free show, in just a moment, we're going to head back to Disgraceland and speak with Sam Harder and Carter Glasscock. But if y'all are interested in listening to our show all about WrestleMania 37, head on over to patreon.com/thegoodspod. Join the Tower of Power. It's just $5 a month. We've got tons of content, including, it's the first time I'm going to announce this right here, a reunion of both of my college radio shows. So WEGL 91.1, Auburn University student-operated radio station, which is where I started doing radio, learned to edit the podcast. Pretty much this podcast would not exist without me working at Weagle. They're having their 50th anniversary on April 25th, and they asked me to basically do a reboot of our old radio shows. So I have got, they're going to be airing locally in Auburn, I believe on the 25th. They're going to do a big, 24-hour block of programming with all kinds of stuff. But for everybody listening, on the 25th, I'm going to be dropping both of those radio shows free of charge on our Patreon because iTunes is a little weird about dropping full, songs and stuff. It's really hard to just do a straight radio show like that. Yeah. But Patreon's the Wild West, baby. So I'm going to put it up there for free so anybody can listen to it. So two episodes, reunion shows of me and my buddy Chandler doing the Dr. Rock and Captain Fantasy show, which is our kind of freeform weird music slash classic cock rock extravaganza. And then also I had such a good time talking to my buddies. Miles Bug, friend of the show. You can hear him on the Patreon episode we did about the Kiss, Hanna-Barbera Kiss movie that came out. Me, Miles, and our friend AG out in Brooklyn got back together as the Hot Damn Boys to do another episode of the Hot Damn Radio Hour. So that's our country music show.
Hot damn.
Hot damn. So that'll be coming up on April 25th at patreon.com/thegoodspod. And you can also join us there now to talk about WrestleMania. Justin, please tell people where they can find you on the internet.
Follow me on Twitter @TheJustinMo. Let's talk some wrestling. I'm always down to talk wrestling with people.
Yeah, man. And we're back at Disgraceland with the crew.
Yeah. Hi.
And we got a guest.
Hello.
Introduce yourself, sir.
I'm Ronald Vara.
Hey,
How's
Ronald.
everybody.
Ronald and I met a couple of years ago. We went to India's restaurant, which, frankly, they should pay us for how much we talk about India's restaurant here.
It was delicious and spicy.
Does it break your heart that buffet is probably never going to exist, / you'll never feel comfortable eating at that buffet ever again?
I will say, they got the tent outside.
Do they?
Do they?
They got the tent. I've been saying it. They got the tent outside. It's like the Denny's situation.
I've gotten the food delivered a couple times.
I went to an Indian buffet in Texas. I'm not going to lie.
Ooh.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I went right when they opened, first one. They served you. I was in and out.
Okay.
It felt bad, but it felt good.
It wasn't all you can eat, though?
No, that was all I could eat.
Oh, okay.
All I could personally eat.
Yeah, I put it in.
Yeah, I can't. If I go to a buffet, I feel like I've been screwed over unless I eat like 3 plates.
Yeah, unless I feel like I have to push one out before I leave, just to make room. I feel sad about myself a little bit.
I mean, unless it's a CC's situation where you're just like, I'm going to eat until I can walk out of here. I need nutrients and nothing else from this disgusting macaroni and cheese pizza.
Yeah, that's rich with vitamin C.
Well, gentlemen, normally we start this show off with Corona by the Minutemen, but I think today there's no other way to do this.
Oh, man, you think it's a game, dude?
R.I.P., man. DMX.
Oh, my God, dude.
I mean, we all kind of knew, I guess,
Yeah. It's something as soon as you heard he was in the hospital with the OD heart attack coma thing.
Yeah.
I started coping with the loss right then.
Yeah.
I was like, this isn't going to be good.
He's been barking at people for 20 years. I mean, prolonged death there.
Yeah, it does. It's probably a strain on your heart to bark like a dog so much.
It was funny because most of the people, I feel like, at least in our kind of generation, that were posting about DMX, so much of the DMX stories that I read were about people, somehow gaming the system to get that parental advisory kind of thing, and like how much it meant.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I fucking...
A lot of people's first parental advisory CD.
Yeah, dude.
It was mine. Flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood.
Is that right?
For sure. Absolutely.
Oh, man, classic, dude.
And yeah, it was my brother bought it from someone at school. We just got like the scratched ass CD and the liner notes. That was it.
Oh, man.
Dude, that opening line and bring your whole crew like blew my dumb little mind. Like, oh my god, I got blood on my dick because I fucked the corpse. Jesus God. But yeah, man.
Then he's like praying on the next track.
Oh yeah. Hey, DMX is large. He contains multitudes, man.
And a lot of nuance.
Yeah, that's the thing. Someone said it best. It says I read something about it. It was like he rapped about like inner turmoil. Like he was like the first popular rapper to like exclusively kind of rap about that shit.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is like a lot of people are like, oh, like rappers before DMX, it was like, oh, they rap about, dark subjects like murder and drugs. And you're like, yeah, but this guy, hell is hot, man.
Yeah.
He was dying all the time.
Clearly never heard the Coolio record about how he's a crackhead. Talks about it a lot on his first album.
Mama said, "Throw me out."
DMX said, "You want to fight me? Fight these tears."
Dude.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
What do you do if a guy does that?
How do you even deal
He
with
starts
that?
barking at you. It's fucking game.
He's crying, barking. Like, what the fuck?
dude,
I want none of that.
Whimpering too. If you really listen to "Flesh of My Flesh," that song he does with Marilyn Manson, like the beginning, he's like, I mean, it's like fucking he contains multitudes.
Yeah, man. Well, that's
Him and Manson probably snorted so much blow together. You got to think about that combination. It'd be fun back in the day, both at their primes.
That conversation must have been insane.
How they ended up making a song together.
Who the fuck put that together?
Was Marilyn Manson at Woodstock '99 as well?
Yeah, I think he was.
Okay, wow. Because that's the clip that got spread around, and it was funny because the youngins don't know about Woodstock '99. Like, people were like, look at this crazy concert. And you're like, yeah, you have no idea how that turned out, do you?
It's actually where COVID started.
I think I was like 10, and I remember asking my parents if I could go, and my stepdad's response was, "Are you fucking stupid?"
Smart man.
I remember seeing it on MTV everywhere. I was like, I wanted to go to this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man.
They marketed it so good on MTV.
Yeah.
I bought the Woodstock Live double album.
Oh,
With
yeah.
just like one song for me, like each big artist that played.
Yeah, it's
Man.
like Dave Matthews Band before everyone starts like groping and throwing shit everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've talked about this on the show. Actually, we talked about this with Chris Crofton, that Dave Matthews, everybody lumps all the blame on the Chili Peppers and Limp Bizkit and, all the other shitheads. And it's like, Dave Matthews was the first one to be like, I want to see some titties. Like, he was...
I don't think he was.
Did he demand them
dude.
to be dumped out?
Yeah, he straight up was like, let me see those tits. Like, he was the one that started it.
At one point, Rosie Perez comes out on stage for some reason to introduce somebody, and the crowd just starts yelling, "Show your tits! Show your
Just
tits!"
Dave Matthews.
And then she says they can see her tits if they pay $6 at Blockbuster to rent that movie where she shows her tits, which is a great response.
White Man Can't Jump.
I think, what's it called?
Pineapple Express.
Is it?
Oh, yeah, she's in Pineapple Express.
She is, but she doesn't show her tits.
Do the right thing.
Do the right
right
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's do the right
You
thing.
get the ice cube on her titties. $6 at Blockbuster. Worth every penny, I say.
You gotta take care of these kids, Mookie. Yeah, I watched that Woodstock performance, and it's Rosie Perez and Stephen Baldwin introducing DMX, which is what a weird pairing. I don't know. I mean, I don't
They were
know.
just putting anything that was slightly famous on stage together.
Yeah.
What was the Baldwin in Flintstones at the time?
Yeah, around Vegas.
I forget which. Yeah, I forget which. What he was even.
probably just
It must have been the Flintstones. Like it must have been.
Trying to launch a UPN show that never caught on or something.
Dude. But yeah, that's that performance. And you watch it. You watch the crowd and stuff, and you're just taken by like goddamn, DMX was like on top of the world. Like he was like the number one dude at that time. And then you like look at the crowd, everyone's like got their tits out and stuff. You see people groping, you're like, oh yeah, that was a horrible event. This is a bad time.
It's just nothing. Yeah, everything crazy was happening. Like a bunch of he had the whole crowd screaming the N-word, which back then was perfectly acceptable. Not even perfectly acceptable, just perfect. And
divine.
Then, but
divine
the thing is, if you watch other segments of that, there's a part where James Brown is doing a set, and there's people crowd surfing, and it's just you guys aren't doing anything right here.
Oh yeah. Everyone's insane. Well, I don't know. I mean, I crowd surf during James Brown. You know, when they get going on Kansas City or something like that, do it double time.
You think James Brown and DMX said coke?
Oh man, probably.
That must.
James Brown had to be like pushed out by a team of security guards because he was like old as fuck at this point, and they were just like, okay, here's the part where you will stand completely still the entire time. Here's some dancers that'll come around you to make it seem like you have some sort of energy left in your life.
I mean, he lived for like 20 more years.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, that was around the time he was doing stuff with WCW at the time.
He had like the linen body preservation thing going on. He was dead for many years before they released it to the public.
Died on Christmas.
Oh, so sad.
Yeah.
Has anyone re-listened to any DMX albums since this?
I've been listening to some songs. I haven't listened to a whole album. Actually, I did listen to a whole album.
Yeah. Dude, I listened to all of Stark as Hell and Hell's Hot and Flesh of My Flesh.
Yeah.
Dude, that song Get At Me, dog, that is the fucking one, dude. Like,
it's a good song.
Dude, that fucking beat is so badass.
Beat's crazy.
Yeah.
According to DMX, he got the phrase "Get at me, dog" from Snoop Dogg.
Oh,
yeah, he says it on Verses.
Yeah.
You've seen the Verses too.
Oh yeah, unbelievable.
The Verses was sad and bad.
Oh, no,
if you're
I
a
liked
DMX
it.
fan.
I thought it was fun.
I didn't say who was it.
DMX and Snoop Dogg.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
DMX was just so like you could tell he was probably sober at the time, and he was just like so like meager and embarrassed. And
He's struggling to catch up. Snoop's like so on every part of his.
Snoop Dogg's like the best live show I've ever seen.
I was about to say Snoop Dogg still tours like 150 dates a year and shit.
He's great.
Yeah.
One of the crazy DMX things is on the Chappelle show where Chappelle's just shuffling his music, and as soon as he hears the beat, he just knows he's like on it the whole time. Have you guys seen that?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that shit's impressive. That's like really crazy.
Yeah, man.
Dude.
I
Yeah.
seen that as a kid. My mind was just blown away.
Yeah, I'll never not find it funny though that his biggest song, like the scariest guy in hip hop, his biggest song's about a party. You know,
Party up.
Oh, yeah.
party up.
Yeah, but you listen to the lyrics and
That's
it's still about killing
No,
somebody.
that's true. I guess so.
There's parties where that happens for sure.
Yeah, I guess so.
How parties end.
Yeah. Well, I was hoping you guys would be willing to start the party with some energy. Let's get some energy in here.
I've already drank in a bang today, but I'll still.
Well, you had a bang.
I had the blue. Oh, the bing.
Today we're
Ugh.
getting binged up,
Bada bing,
baby.
bada boom.
I had the blue raz, and I don't remember if you hated it. I think you did.
I don't know if I've had that one.
It was terrible.
I had the purple Kittles with Justin Morales yesterday, earlier in the show for people listening, and
Tasted like Skittles.
tasted exactly like purple Skittles, not like grape, mind you.
Dude, the Starburst, the Starbust or whatever ripoff. They have the Starburst. Also, just tastes like Starburst.
Well, so this one, obviously it was funny to me because I saw it in the grocery store, and I was like, think I had Bang on the brain, and then I see Bing, and I'm like, well, that's hilarious. But it's not just Bing; it's Petey's Bing. I don't know who Petey is, but you're supposed to serve it chilled.
After getting vaccinated and like smoking experimental cigarettes and drinking experimental energy drinks, like there's no way I'm not growing a tail after this shit.
Gluten free.
All
No
right.
high fructose.
It's made with Bing cherry juice. I don't know what that means.
Cheery?
Cherry.
It would be funny if it was spelled wrong because it's not actual cherry.
Yeah. we cannot legally
Well,
call
yeah,
those
it does say
cherries.
Bing cherry juice,
Yeah.
which is not a natural thing. Let's
Yeah.
see.
You ever been to a Bing cherry farm?
Yeah,
No?
it's great.
Yeah,
Oh,
me
this says-
neither. They don't exist.
This says cane sugar.
Sure,
Oh,
I've
all
never
right.
actually had an energy drink, so I don't think I'm gonna have some.
Yeah, drop that
Feel you.
bomb.
What's that?
I've never had an energy drink.
Ever?
Yeah, ever.
Whoa.
I'm gonna
Feel you,
keep it
man.
going.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Good
I
on you,
respect
man.
that. I respect that.
Why? What's your reasoning on that?
You guys
again?
got some
Holy shit.
DMX Coke? I'll do it. But the,
We got the shit
energy
that killed
drink, no.
Mac Miller, bro.
Heartbreak.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it smells gnarly. It smells like the cherry cough syrup.
I gotta say, it's
these taste like cough syrup.
Smell that. It smells like straight Robitussin.
This is kind of nice, actually. I think they,
it does, like just with water in it.
Yeah.
Hey, they use actual cherry juice in here. It just kind of tastes like carbonated juice, like maybe if that shit they would give you when the adults are having champagne and you had the Welch's grape juice.
Oh, I love that shit.
This is sort of like that, but cherry.
It tastes like shitty fruit punch with carbonation in it for sure.
Yeah.
It's not the worst. Seeing that I had a way worse energy drink earlier today, this one's fine.
Yeah, this one's okay. I was a little sour the first sip, but this is okay. Yeah. All right.
It's got ginseng,
Yeah.
B vitamins, dude. That's healthy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen it on bottles before.
They sell it at medicine stores.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
All right. Also, I got.
There is like a just gnarly aftertaste though, like a definitely medicine-y.
Yeah. I've also got a little snack if anybody wants some. This is all the way 2,000 miles from New Orleans, Louisiana. These are New Orleans Chewies, which is barbecue cheese curls. If anybody wants to sample those, yeah.
I should have brought. Me and Ronald were eating El Salvadorian Cheetos earlier.
Oh shit! All right,
They're really good.
Wow,
you can get them from the market down the street.
We're really going around the world today for you with the cheese snacks.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Yeah, man.
I'll try one of these though. They look more like a traditional Cheeto.
Yeah, but they're barbecue flavors, so they just kind of taste like smoke.
Try one. Let's see here.
Yeah, it does just taste like a barbecue potato chip.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I haven't actually tried the barbecue one.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I remember getting these. I was in New Orleans and went into a gas station. It was like 1 a.m, and I saw them. I was like, "Ooh, I should bring those back for the show." And then just proceeded to buy like 7 bags of these fucking things. So I'm just like walking out, and there's all these. And it was like Saturday night too, so there was all these people who were like dressed up to go out, and I'm just in my fucking like basketball shorts, just looking like a fat fucking.
Yeah, dude.
All these guys, all these like super cool dudes are just like looking at me. I'm just like, hey,
what kind of snacks do you guys like?
I just wanted some Chewies.
They're just like, Mister, could you buy us beer? Mister. What? No, I just get hungry sometimes. That's fine, Mister. Could you please buy us beer?
Well, Ronald, I'll actually throw this to you because this is a thing we've been talking about, and I've got some listeners sent us in something on this topic, but I'll ask you first. This is an and/or. If you got 2 stories, cool. If you got just one, it's okay. What is the maddest that you've ever made a teacher or seen a teacher get?
All right. I definitely have the maddest I've made a teacher.
Hell yeah.
Definitely, yeah. I think I got 2.
Hell yeah.
The first one was it was 9th grade, and it was AP English.
Wow, you're smart.
Yeah, it used to be. Then, I was in the morning. It was our first class, and I remember we get in there, and the teacher she was 22. She's like fresh out of college.
Oh, that's always the worst situation.
Oh, yeah. There's no way you could handle high school students that young.
No.
At all. And so she's there. And
it's probably the first year, too.
Oh, yeah, first year.
Oh, man.
First year, and then...
dealing with this fucker.
Just going to get broken.
And then she was also married already when she started the year. So this is like
so you couldn't even marry her?
Yeah, I couldn't even... There was going to be no scandal. But... So we all knew that she had a husband because she had his picture and she would talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
So we come to class and she's just like crying in her desk, just freaking out.
No.
And so it's 10 minutes into class and it hasn't started, and she just like basically just goes in telling us how like she caught him cheating and all this shit.
Whoa.
She told the class that?
Yeah, she told the class.
No.
And so like all the girls are like up there like hugging her, and I'm just like, after like 15 minutes, I just raised my hand and I was like, yo, what does this have to do with class?
Yo, are we reading Lord of the Flies or are we fucking around here?
But you got her dead to rights because it's true.
I fucking read the Odyssey and I want to talk about it. Yeah, she freaked the fuck out. She lost it and just ran out, and like then another 10-15 minutes went by. The principal came back. He's like, you guys are going to have substitute for the rest of the day.
The rest of the year.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
You got to think, though, the principal must have been like, well, why did he say that? It's like, no reason.
I've told this on the show before, but I had a teacher who, found out that the guy that she was dating was married. So she had the opposite problem. And again, she told our class, and I'm like, of all the people to tell any of my personal shit to, a room full of fucking 16 to 17-year-olds is not it. Sorry.
Yeah, no empathy.
None at all. I was like, yeah, man, this is bullshit.
Well, it was the same thing. It's so funny because it was exactly what you described. All of the girls in the class were like, oh, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like...
Yeah.
This is the kind of thing that I've seen on television.
Yeah, well, it wasn't. I honestly, I think I had, even at that point, enough nuance to be like, I'm not laughing at her. I'm laughing that she told us.
Yeah.
I was like, I should never know this about you.
Yeah, there's no way I wanted to know that. It sounds like a perfect subject for creative writing, ma'am.
Yeah, it's like a perfect
Write a
thing
story
to
about it.
tell a therapist, lady.
Teachers really are, and again, undervalued profession.
Oh, yeah.
But teachers really are the first exposure you get as a child of watching adults be wildly unprofessional.
Oh, my God.
So many, yeah. I used to watch this one dude. He used to just straight up sip fucking Listerine out of a cup. Straight alcoholic, dude. And he loved pain, dude. He was fucking, at the end of every class, he would let you write any question, and then he would pick one question out of the hat every day. So it would just be the most insane questions. I think we were in like 5th or 6th grade. So just imagine middle school, like really hood-ass middle school kids asking some white dude who wore a neck brace every day. He had a neck brace. The most insane question.
He like pulls it out of a thing, and he's like, "Okay, why is my wiener so small?" Okay,
guys.
Yeah, it was so, and like he would always like, you would just see the embarrassment in his face. He would just be like, and he would answer it all the time. That was the craziest part.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he was a fuck.
Do you remember any specific ones?
I can't say them on here.
Okay.
No way I can say it. After for sure. But yeah, I remember a few of them.
One time in 7th grade sex ed, the teacher had a box we could just write anything in, like any question, and she was like, read them out loud, and she was just going through, and then she got to one, and she was like, what does come to... I'm not going to answer that question.
Our sex ed teacher, like, they hired someone who probably hit a bunch of schools because none of the teachers wanted to do it. I guess.
Yep.
And like this woman came in and she like had her briefcase full of stuff and she like laid it down and she was just like, I just remember being like, here's the thing, guys, I love sex. I love it. And everyone just being like, like it was hard to not.
I'll have it with you.
Dude, I think she must have come to Auburn, too, because I vaguely remember this.
She opened with, I love sex. Get it out. Come on, laugh. And, and then people would laugh. And then they would just shut off whatever she was saying because they'd already heard about how sex works from their friends.
I feel like ours was like an assembly or something with somebody similar to that. But then also, we had a whole week with the abstinence lady, too.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget because she would go up there with some flash paper and she would go, now this is Fred and Wilma's relationship. Okay, it's perfectly healthy. Now here's what happens when you add sex, and she would light a lighter, hit the flash paper, and it would just
That's so wildly unsafe.
Oh yeah. And then
now breathe deep, everybody.
Well, and then she would hand out at the end of the class would hand out now and later. She would be like, if you abstain from sex now, it'll be better later. And then of course we were all just like, or we could fuck now and later.
Blah, blah.
I think I've said this before on the show, and I kind of feel bad, but I kind of don't care because it's not anything bad about her. It's just society thinks it's strange. My cousin is a virgin and wants to marry a guy who's also a virgin. Mm-hmm. Which is strange in this day and age, right? Am I wrong? She's
Super
like religious. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
it makes sense.
Not if you're religious. Not if you're like crazy religious.
I mean, still at this point, crazy religious people have sex.
When they're married.
You think so? I thought it was like really, really uncommon today that kids would completely abstain before marriage.
Sounds like she has a good set of parents.
Yeah. They raised her right. The older one, they kind of ignored him, but they had that. She was the makeup child.
The makeup child?
Yeah, I think they felt bad about how they did the first one.
Yeah, redemption story.
Yeah,
tried makeup on her.
I think it truly was.
My sex ed teacher was our football coach, and so it was real fucking weird. Everything was like football references. And sometime during the fourth quarter, guys, and it was just like,
what?
Yeah, you need pass protection.
Your buddy's going to be there.
If there's grass on the field.
Oh, no.
Was he like the kind of guy who's like, if I hear any laughing, so help me God.
Dude, he was like, he had to be at least in his 60s, dude. And he was just an old, hard ass, like Texas dude. And I remember my friend Billy, he got kicked out of class, and then the next day he came super early and he shit in his in his trash can, but like under it, so you couldn't like it was. You had to like lift it, dude. It was so funny. Then I think he got expelled for that.
Yeah,
I would imagine so.
You can't just shit in trash cans.
The coach is getting so mad, he's like banging it up and down. He's like, "Where is it? Where is it?" Oh my god,
man, that's fucking crazy.
That's genius.
How did he wipe his ass?
You sit with the itch and you just
you did a good thing.
Yeah, a single trickle of sweat goes down your face, and you're like, let's see how this pans out. Because we're past the point of no return.
It's so funny how the football coaches, the classes they could teach were like driver's ed and sex ed.
Yeah.
Like, we don't trust you with anything else.
Oh, the stuff that really you should remember for the rest, and the most applicable to anything else.
Oh, no.
And they just like pass it off to the teacher. Like, look, guys.
I'm always gonna remember he shit in that trash can.
Yeah, one time in my sex ed / communications class, this kid asked, said he got a new cat, and she was like, "Oh, what'd you name it?" And then he goes, "Can I say its name?" And she was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "I named it Fucker." And then he got kicked out of the class.
He's got to provide proof from the vet, from the veterinarian.
It's also funny that he asked, so it technically was okay.
Oh my god!
Well, we got a couple things from our friend over in the UK at TJ_Arnie. Mr. Arnie sends in he sent in a story that I read to Justin about his school. He's actually written in a couple of these. He went to as I said earlier, what I imagine to just be all the kids are wearing Angus Young outfits from AC/DC, like the
prep boy.
Yeah. But I have no proof of that. But that is what I'm picturing. I'm picturing, The Wall by Pink Floyd.
That's what all of us Americans do, by the way. Me and myself included. When we think about Europe or England or anything like that, just straight stereotype.
And when they think about us, it's like,
the same thing.
Yeah, overalls, like, howdy, y'all.
Yeah.
I ride a horse to work.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go shoot somebody.
I'm
Is it cool if I ride on the board with a machine gun? So he sends this story. So this is he told one earlier that I read earlier to Justin Morales about him. This is a story that not including him that he just was there for. The entire side of our school is glass. So if you're on the correct side of the building, you can look out over the entire recreation area. There are two stories that I saw from these windows. One is another... Actually, there was a phys ed class going on, and we hear our Kiwi rugby coach yelling. I look outside, and I see a student walking real fast away from the coach with a metal baseball bat. The coach starts walking after the student, and they got onto the walkway near the window. The kid and the teacher start shouting at each other, and then the kid swings the bat. I saw the moment that the coach's face turned from "get this kid back to work" to "I need to take this person down." And he dodges out of the way for the bat, hunkers down, and just launches this kid up with his shoulder and spears him to the ground.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
I mean, at that point, you're in a fight for your life.
Yeah.
He somehow manages to get his kid. He still manages to get his hand under the kid's head before he got brained by our solid granite slate floor. But the kid got got winded.
He got brained?
Like, smashed his head on the floor. Yeah. It's
Welcome to Europe, motherfucker.
Cool Carter. Why did I call you Connor? Connor!
It's cool British slang, Connor. When you brain someone, you're hurting them. You're not blowing them.
It's a big American difference.
Pull your head out of your arse.
The bat flies out of the kid's hand, and another coach comes up, and both of them literally grab his arms straight up against his body, lift him up until his feet are a foot in the air, and then spirit him off somewhere.
Damn.
The second story I remember is shorter. A kid in the year above us got chased into school by 30 to 40 kids from a nearby school. This happened in the previous story, too, where they're fighting a tremendous, like a fucking army. It's like the Warriors or some shit.
Yeah.
From another school?
So, yeah.
You never had kids from other schools just pull up at lunchtime and try to fight people?
Not 30 to 40 of them.
That's a lot of kids.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's like, that's fucking nuts. 30 to 40 kids from a nearby school. I don't know the context. What I do know is that a guy, I have never heard this, and I love this so much. What I do know is that guy was a known wind-up merchant and a shit stirrer.
Oh, so he's a liar.
No,
I'm down with Carter on this one.
Like a known wind-up merchant. Like he's winding people up.
He's getting them pissed.
Oh, okay.
No, he said he's a shit stirrer, too. I understand shit stirrer. He's a wind-up merchant and a shit stirrer. Wind-up merchant is... You're gonna have to hit us back up and tell us if we're right or wrong about that.
I think it means liar, but I could be wrong.
Either way, he was a known wind-up merchant and a shit stirrer, and some lanky Somalian dudes who was the one of the top distance runner in our district, and the other one was about a 3 to 5 minute run from us. So, God, that's just an incredible amount of people, though. And it was funny because that was the last story too. Was just like they were fighting like 20 people at once and stuff like that. I'm just like, it seems brutal over there, man.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
One time, a car full of kids from some other school pulled up at lunchtime and all got their ass whooped by one guy.
I would have loved. I wish that would have happened at my school. Like that never happened.
We had a race riot.
Yeah, those would happen at my school too.
Really?
Legit, yeah. Mexicans versus black kids.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I was in freshman year. I remember pulling up to school and just seeing like this one Mexican dude who I wasn't even friends with. He was like, "Where are you going?" I was like, to the yard to chill. And he was like, "It's about to be a big fight, Mexicans versus the black kids." And I was like, "Well, I'll be watching."
Wow, who's running the numbers on this one?
Yeah, dude,
who won?
Last I looked, I was racially ambiguous, dude. So I'll see you later.
Wow, I hear some shit like that. I'm like, the worst thing that ever happened in my school is a bunch of kids got kicked out for doing Adderall.
I mean, ours we would
fashion Adderall.
That's right. Oh yeah, ours there would be bomb threats at our school.
Oh yeah,
you guys get bomb threats
for sure.
Yeah, it was like
a couple times.
Yeah, and then we all had to wait out by like where they carpool the cars and stuff, as if the person who made the bomb threats wouldn't think to put the bombs there. Let's move everybody from the school to one concerted area. But I remember that being a couple times, and like just a couple of teachers getting hysterical, being like, "This is insane."
I had a couple high school memories come back to me recently. There's a kid who like was just a weird kid. I knew him from one class, and he was like I don't know, in 8th grade or something when I knew him, and he said that when he was older he wanted to move to Scotland and buy a sword and live off the fat of the land and live in a cave.
Someone had just seen Highlander or Braveheart. Yeah.
So he told me that. Yeah. So I was already like, damn, dude, you're a loser, and I'm a loser, and I even think that. And then when he got older and went to high school, he started being like, I guess sort of goth, but not really, but he started wearing a trench coat all the time.
Sure, yeah, one of them kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Trench coat mafia.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
And so me and my friends used to just hang out in this area that was just by his locker, so we knew which locker it was, and we put a note in his locker that just said, "Please don't shoot up the school." I'll be damned if he didn't stop wearing that trench coat.
Oh shit, dude.
And at another school I remembered also a couple of the teachers got arrested because the two gym teachers because one of them was walking by the gymnasium one day and he heard the other coach talking shit about him to a class. Just like, so yeah, which is so funny.
You know, Mr. Stevens is a punk bitch. You know that, right?
He doesn't know shit about sports.
He's bad at making kids do the mile run.
And so that teacher who heard the shit talking confronted the other teacher later in the bathroom. Mm-hmm. They ended up getting into like a fist fight where one of the coaches grabbed a broom handle that was in there and started like smashing the other one. And the other one brought out a pencil and was like stabbing the other guy with it.
Holy shit,
dude!
This is why you got to be respectful of the coaches because they're all mad. They all have CTE from high school football.
They definitely all have CTE.
They all have broken dreams of football careers that never happened. They'll stab you with a pencil,
dude,
over a single comment.
In middle school, we had a teacher who was he was like supposed to go to the NFL. He was like in all these college magazine covers of all these magazines. He was like defensive player of the year, all this shit. But he was too short. Oh, dude, it was so crazy because he ended up being too short for the NFL. Then he ended up coming to coach middle school football in San Antonio, Texas. So, dude, like at first it was cool. He was just like really just high intense, you know. But then like towards the middle of the year, he was like you would see the coaches trucks parked in the back when we would be heading towards football practice, and you'd look over and there'd just be cans and bottles in the back of his truck. You're like, oh, this is getting dark. And then when football season was over and basketball season started, he got in an argument with this kid, and he threw the basketball, and I guess he didn't. I don't know if he saw him or not, but he knocked this kid out with a basketball. Like,
holy shit!
Hit him in the head, knocked him out. Fucking fire, dude! Instantly, I don't know what happened. Dude, but, like, that was all, dude. Imagine like getting rejected from the NFL. Fucking and getting fired all in 1 year, dude. Like,
that's like.
Oh, it was in the same year.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
Jesus.
Like he had just failed the NFL shit, and then I mean, maybe it was a few months, you know, but it definitely was in the year and a half span.
It's like Kenny Powers, but without like the high point.
Yeah. Only lows, man.
Time to didn't make the NFL. Time to get drunk and hit some kids.
Yeah. I told the Rivers. Did I ever tell the shut up, fatty? That's okay. Good. All right, you edit that out. Yeah,
the coaches are always crazy.
Yeah, coaches were.
They would, if the 7th grade football team didn't listen to like the coaches, if they didn't think they were trying hard enough or other, like the biggest one would be like, "I'm gonna go inside and put on a uniform, and we could go head up right now."
Oh, he just wanted to hit.
Yeah, exactly.
So
he was like fucking 6'5" and like 300 plus pounds, just threatening 12-year-olds for not doing football practice good enough.
I walked in on the middle school coaches watching porn together once.
Yeah,
dude, they were just in the coach's office. So I just like, because they'd always be like, you could just walk in here, and so I did, and they were like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, walking in here to talk to you about something. You guys are just watching porn.
We're watching
together.
A stag film.
Yeah. We're doing normal stuff here.
What? How did you know they were watching porn?
You could hear it.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Yeah, they didn't even have it on silent.
That's fucked up. They didn't even have it on silent. They're like, dude, you got to hear this shit.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was on one of those like old school like TVs on a rolling thing.
Oh,
like a VCR. Yeah, it was a VHS.
It was a video. Wow. It wasn't even on the... I guess they knew if they did it on the computer, they could get busted.
Yeah. This is also middle school. I don't know if there was computers like that.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It's like the same thing that show like how to drive. Those tapes on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They were watching porn on Laserdisc.
On the projector.
Yeah.
Stag films. That's what John Wayne Gacy was. He ran a society of stag films.
Yeah. I had forgotten about that term until I saw the Gacy doc.
I thought when he said that in the John Wayne Gacy thing, I immediately thought of Dirty Work. Where he goes like, "No, when I was working in a stag film." That's like an old-timey way of saying porn.
Ronald wants to dirty work his current house when he leaves.
With fish?
Yeah,
dude.
fucking me over here. So whenever I move out, I'm gonna put a bunch of fucking cheap meat and fish under the building.
That's what they get.
Crawl space, yeah. Fuck them.
Hell yeah.
That's a good idea. Anybody out there who has issues with somebody, throw some dead meat near or in their house.
Yeah.
So on a pre-pandemic episode of the podcast, we talked about celebrity children.
They exist.
The kids of celebs, and we did not cover this person because I did not know about them until this week. But it was a goddamn bombshell. There's a podcast I like a lot called Knowledge Fight, where they cover every episode of the Alex Jones show and just kind of review it. And it's fucking insane. And obviously, and they are obviously against, but this particular episode, they had on Ted Nugent.
Okay.
And, he was on there just saying his normal bullshit, right? Just being a Republican shithead.
Mm-hmm.
But he wasn't alone.
Oh.
He was there with his 31-year-old son,
Sick.
Rocco.
I love this.
And that sent me down because Ted's saying his regular old bullshit, right? And then they go, and Alex Jones is like, well, Rocco, you're a well-spoken guy. What do you have to say? And this guy,
Rocco, people are aware you exist.
Yeah. And so Rocco goes, he's like, well, my dad, he kind of deals with earthly things, hunting and fishing and being close to the earth, whereas I deal more in the metaphysical realm. And then he just started saying a bunch of crazy shit about, spirits and citing, yoga masters that he's fond of and shit like that. And I was just
a trust fund will buy a great many things.
I was just like, who is this? So
Ted hates him.
well, that's the weird part is having spent quite a bit of time on his YouTube channel today. No, actually, Ted is like, he's a shithead, but he's like, oh, I believe in individualism. You can do whatever you want, kind of thing in America or whatever. But Rocco actually, I was trying to figure out what to get you fellas for Christmas, and I think I might have found it.
Oh man,
this is Rocco Nugent's Moon Alchemy program.
Also, if you can turn around the monitor to show Ronald and Carter what this website looks like.
Oh man,
it's just a really douchebag looking guy, and he's wearing a hoodie, but then he's also wearing a shirt over the hoodie.
Oh, classic. So it says, "Are you ready to fully transcend the FOMO virus and activate your divine blueprints?"
So he's doesn't think COVID is
No, actually, that's the weird part. He's never said anything about COVID, which, he's obviously taken the Monica Scott, media class, which is, of course, my favorite tweet ever. Fight the urge to weigh in. He doesn't say shit about COVID. He does have things about the Illuminati from a few years ago that I'll share in a moment. But on this issue, he wants to sell yoga classes, so he's not weighing in. He says that the moon, by the way,
how is this alchemy? There's not one chemical involved.
It's personal alchemy, Sam.
Oh.
Quit being so dense. Okay.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Stop being a wind-up merchant.
All right, Rocco.
But yeah, the moon theory. Moon stands for miss out on nothing. And here's the thing: Ted Nugent famously never did drugs, and
man, you wouldn't know.
Well,
you wouldn't know that from seeing him.
he never did drugs, but his son is drugs. This video is called "The Most Precious Thing We Have to Give."
I thought this was DMX again at first.
No, he's beatboxing though, so it is very hip hop.
He's just sort of scratching the wood on his deck.
ASMR, right?
He's tripping.
I feel like when I make these videos, you're here with me. Wherever you are. Blessings to you in this moment, on this day.
There's 17 more minutes.
It's been happening more and more for me. I have these moments where I'm like inside of my experience. Take note of this. You have to share it soon. And then my ego's like, oh, I don't want to share it. Please, Spirit.
I don't want to share it, Rocco. Rocco.
His spirit is English for some reason.
Don't be such a wind-up merchant, Rocco. Sometimes I like just be touching the grass and my spirit like, Rocco, is it itchy? I need a shower,
I mean, I think that proves my theory about Americans thinking about English people. It's like, well, clearly they're chimney sweeps still.
Yeah. I say, Rocco, Jim True. Yeah, that's boy. I just think it must be really hard as the son, as the offspring of a very well-known celebrity,
particularly a controversial one such as Ted Nugent.
Unless you follow directly in their path, and then it's just that's how you kind of stay. It's so easy to Chet Hanks and just be like, "This is the weirdest."
I wanted to talk about Chet because
he sounds like him.
It's such
he's got Chet Hanks syndrome where he's like positivity is love, dude. And this summer we're gonna get it. It's just like, you have never had to have a job ever.
This is like, what a frictionless universe looks like.
Yeah, you are just soft like pudding. Yeah.
You are that baby at the end of 2001: A Space Odyssey, just floating.
And we're about to watch another video, right? And
yeah.
I think it's important to keep in mind that first video was 17 minutes, 30 seconds long. And this one is Rivers? How long?
This one's 25.
He has more and more to say.
This one's called Archons and Illuminati.
Dimension. And when we sing, then we can move out of 3D lockdown into higher dimensions. And these folks using this wild-ass symbolism and shit are literally at war with us. Who is us? Us is Christ, fam. Us is the beingness that you're hearing inside of me speaking this through Rocco's context.
Oh boy, he went straight youth minister there.
The doing that's taking place right now is listening on your end and speaking on my end. But
so
he's on some of that good DMX stuff.
Dude, it's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
That video, I watched the whole fucking thing, and there is some choice cuts from that guy right there. Let's get
Damn, you watched the whole thing.
Oh, I've spent the whole morning with Rocco. I am all about the moon theory. Okay, miss out on nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has it scrambled your brain completely?
We haven't even gotten to his raps yet.
A diet of this and energy drinks and gas station snacks does not make
it's
a healthy brain.
I'm Rocco-fied, baby. I'm Rocco-fied. Yeah, so here's another excerpt from the same video.
These archons are like reptiles outside of space and time as we know it on Gaia in 3D. You can conceive and comprehend and see them on 5D and up, I think. That's where I experienced them with clarity, with the assistance of DMT.
Oh, wait,
but I brought back this experience and new geometry to see through into my waking
for 25 minutes. This goes on exactly like that.
How big are his pupils?
They're pretty small. That's the part that upsets me. It's like he seems,
he has never been told no, like not one time.
Yeah, well, he's the son of Ted Nugent, aka the Crave Man.
That's the worst type of guy who trips, is the guy who trips and then remembers the stuff he thought of and then also thinks it's important instead of just a drug-induced crazy thought about reptile people.
Reptiles.
Outside of time and space.
They don't.
Here's one more.
They have us in a cage. And why am I affected by it? Because it's like they found out aspects of the game. They found cheat codes and didn't tell anybody. And that's part of the game as well. That's part of playing online. That's part of plugging in and participating, is that, other people find good stuff. But they found this stuff and they kept it and they made it private and concealed it, but it's super distorted, and they used it as wielding for their ego and separation. And so it's separation warfare.
This is the kind of shit that if you get high and listen to it, it makes you higher.
Yeah.
We all know this guy, right?
Well, how many like yes men hanger-ons does he have? Who are like he's just espousing this Gaia dude, and we're all in a cage, and they're just like,
well, hey man, can you give me another hit of acid for free?
Well, Carter, I am the 85th, 86th, and 87th person to view this video, so apparently not a lot.
Oh wow,
he's got some subscribers though. 310. He's killing it.
Yeah.
That's a cult.
Yeah.
That's enough for a cult. Good enough for a cult. He
probably owns a vegan restaurant that's a cult.
Well,
that's very possible.
Well, so I did want to show this because he does talk about being vegan.
How did you know?
But not only does he talk about being vegan, he talks about being vegan with his father, Ted Nugent.
Whoa, that's a
Ted
shocker.
Nugent,
I thought he was a big hunter.
He is.
I thought he loved the meat.
This is the whole point.
He just kills and leaves the dead body.
Well,
I do it for the thrill.
according to Ted, Rocco was a good shot back in his day, even so. But this is why he became vegan.
I was going through health issues. I wanted to stop being bloated. I wanted to stop farting, and getting social anxiety.
The trick with farting is timing.
I know, but it was building up. I know, but it was a time actually where a girl. I was visiting my friend Stephen Mayo. I was in Jackson, Michigan, and I was visiting home, and I was at a bar, experiencing social bar life as.
Yeah, we get
Tell
it.
me about that sometime. I've never experienced social bar life.
It's quite extraterrestrial experience, but
he thinks his son's a moron.
Yeah, he's totally fucking with him.
I hate how charming Ted Nugent comes off in this video because it's just the two of them sitting in a boat,
Well, it's like when you put a dumbass next to a bigger dumbass. One of them's going to seem smart, you know?
Yeah, listen to this, though.
Hey, I hated you. You would fart and lie and say it was me, and I hated you.
She said that to you? Was she drunk?
I had no idea who this person was. This girl walks up to me. She said, I was like, whoa, what?
So, to recap, he said he was at a bar and a random person walked up and said, I hate you because you used to fart and say it was me.
He became vegan?
So, yeah, well, that apparently, meat was causing issues in his body. He wanted to fart less, is what he said.
He doesn't fart anymore.
No.
So that's good.
No.
Rocco looks like he has a very particular kind of fart.
He probably loves to smell him.
A downright peculiar brand.
Oh, it's patchouli farts all day long, my man, with this motherfucker, for sure.
He catches them every time.
Mother Earth guy is harnessing my energy.
So we can't drag this out any longer. We have to get to Rocco's raps.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this the whole time, ever since you brought it up.
Yeah. So this was the clip that they played on Knowledge Fight where I was just like, holy shit. And then I saw the video, and this broke my fucking brain. Everybody listening, go to YouTube, type in Rocco Moon. That's his rap name, Rocco Moon. Autumn is the name of the song, or you can go to @thegoodspot on Twitter. We'll link it there as well. Mm-hmm. And just be prepared because you do not come out of the other end of Autumn the same. This video is fucking insane.
Okay. Oh, it's a video.
Oh, it's a video that he filmed entirely himself. And you get to see him dancing as well. And he's somehow,
He's got a future vibe.
Yeah, the auto-tune going.
The most auto-tuned song ever.
Oh man, he's a really shitty dancer too.
Dude, the dancing, he's doing like, it's like Tai Chi or something.
It does look like Tai Chi, but it's not Tai Chi. It's like it's just bad, like, breaking.
This video is, he filmed it, oh yeah, he filmed it on an iPhone, and he's put, like, he's dancing in the middle in the woods, but then there's all these selfie videos also of him dancing in the same woods. There's like 6 versions of Rocco on the screen right now.
This is crazy.
It's one of those things where it's like, haha, it'll be funny because it purposely looks shitty. But then it just looks shitty as fuck. Honestly, and it's hard to watch.
Here's what I think, because the letters are orange too. The subtitles are orange. I think he thinks this looks like the cover of Life of Pablo. Like it's that kind of like, look or something, but it just looks so crazy. In a second here, he's going to actually start crying, and you have to hear the auto tune. It's so crazy.
They don't have peace from me. They won't have peace from me. Won't have peace from me. Won't have peace from me.
This right here.
It's scary alone, and sometimes I want to call you, but I know that I'm too far away. I never saw you. Every time I tell myself that I don't need to, I end up breaking promises to myself. I bleed you.
He looks like a guy on the street. Right? I'm not wrong.
No, he absolutely looks like a guy on the street.
We should prank him and say that we love his song and want to book him for a show.
Dude, let's have him on the podcast.
Yeah, I was going to say, he lives in L.A. I
bet he could phone in.
But also, it would be so boring, because his whole thing is him just being like, the lights and
well, we'd have to just fuck with him. We wouldn't actually interview him.
No, he would be immediately triggered by being in here because there are guitars hanging up on the wall. He's like, oh, you think you're better than me because you can play guitar? Is that it? It's like, that's the one thing his dad can do that he cannot do is play guitar.
I did want to do just play one more tune, and this is live actually.
That whole song about that girl who called him out for farting in a bar.
This one.
I didn't even do it. Why you say I do it? My farts don't smell that way. It's switch my diet. I'm gonna switch my diet.
I'm gonna go be vegan.
Vegan farts don't smell bad. I don't know if you heard that. It's like Moon. That does not Rocco Moon. That is not how that works.
This is a live version of his song "Mountain."
It sucks that he gets to perform live.
Buddy, wait till you see where it is. It appears to be
it's a living room.
Dude, no, I swear to God, this looks like it looks like the outside of like a student bookstore on a campus somewhere. Like it's like an open mic night or something. This is Mountain. You got to hear the stage banter at the beginning is key.
Oh yeah, that's the sound. Who remembers this sound?
Shitty 30-year-old nostalgia.
Y'all remember this?
Y'all remember this? I'm 32. Y'all remember this shit?
So I grew up to that cacophony. Fax machines, the internet. And it led me to go find these vibes. Yeah, different vibes.
There's people walking behind.
Because it feels like this internet age disconnected us from our connection to Earth.
Get off the stage last time.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Which are always connected to
This
Earth.
internet age is terrible. That's why I made this video for the internet, and I put it on the internet.
So we may be in the screen. And so this song right here is called Mountain.
This is like going to a bad music open mic because they do the talk between the song things.
Oh yeah.
You wake up and you're climbing this thing called
like my
life,
roommate's
which is
brother.
kind of like a mountain. It's a man
Not in a bad way, just like his actual
shirt.
face.
His name's Matt Law. He directed the video for this song, which after this is all done, y'all should all go on YouTube.
This is also like an open mic music. They all try to get you to follow them on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
In this thing called life.
Didn't he just talk about how much he hated the internet?
But then he was like, we exist in the screen though. Like he's like trying to be deep or something. I don't know. Oh, he's gonna do the dancing a little bit.
It does look like he's at a student co-op.
Yeah.
I have felt alone about my whole fucking life, man. I've been told that I got lots of soul for the white man.
That's all I wanted to play.
Wait, what did he say?
He said, I've been told, or it's like, I've felt alone my whole fucking life, man. I've been told that I have a lot of soul for a fucking white man.
God damn. More than this room.
He's special, you know? I watched.
Now, in Chet v. Rocco.
Yes.
Who you taking?
Well, here's the thing.
I mean, I think Chet would beat the shit out of him. But
Chet is,
in a physical fight?
Physical fight, Chet, absolutely.
But in merit-wise, who are you going with?
Oh, it's Chet. It's 100% Chet.
I think they're equal, basically.
Well, it's
Chet just has more social media followers.
Yeah, Chet has more social media.
Yeah, no, I think they're both. Yeah, they're both kind of the same guy. I think politically, I'm more aligned with Chet because this guy, he's like a big Illuminati guy. Mm-hmm. So I don't think they can actually hang out because Tom Hanks is the leader of the Illuminati.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't think they could ever get together. But I would love to see just the powerful vibes if they could somehow rope Rocco Nugent into the White Boy Summer.
Right. Yeah.
Want to see my impression of Ted Nugent answering questions about Rocco?
Yeah.
Ask me a question about ask me how Rocco's doing.
So Ted, your son Rocco, how is his rap career coming along?
Well, that's just how he'll start any statement about how Rocco's life is doing.
Oh, they talk about
modern
this.
life.
Well,
they talk about this. He was on the Joe Rogan show, Ted Nugent, big surprise, and he was like, "You wouldn't believe it, but my son, he's a vegan." It was like a big thing. Like he was like, it's like one of those like interesting facts that parents.
I allow it to happen.
Yeah. It's like, my daughter's a lesbian. Like it's just like, okay, I don't know why that matters in this context, but okay.
So I get it.
I'm cool. I'm hip. I'm with it.
Yeah. I mean, you put Chet and Rocco. They should collaborate on a song.
Yeah.
And then there would still be zero talent on that
song. You would not want to listen to it for multiple reasons.
Can I
love how his songs just have one word. Mountain.
Oh,
Mountain.
Well, he's got Mountain. Can I play one more for you? He's got Mountain, but he's also got Mount Shasta. Which is another. Yeah. Well, he has too. That's how he starts off. By I believe the first line is, "I went with my friends up to Mount Shasta." Like,
this is where he did DMT for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's playing. Oh wait, hold on. At the beginning of this video, he does a little beatboxing, and then it shows him behind what looks to be like a sheet hanging over a door, playing a horn, and then the beat drops.
I wonder how much his allowance is.
Unlimited.
Yeah, it's probably a lot. Wonder what kind of car he drives.
I went to Mount Shasta with my friends, yeah.
Fucking Porsche.
His dancing is really something else,
It really sucks that like when the Earth explodes, these are the shitheads that they're gonna jettison to Mars.
I would kill to see a Rocco dancing on Mars. Kicking up red dust and is doing his Tai Chi dances.
His new song, Mountain Mars.
Yeah.
I don't think he really has friends.
Yeah, it seems like it's one of those guys who they have like 5 friends and they all get fucked up together all the time.
Yeah, he's got like 5 yes men around him.
Yeah,
like, you're the man, Rocco.
I honestly, yeah. Well, and the funny thing is, like, usually yes men are like, they try to dress cool like the superstar, but they're all hippie guys. Like they like it's like he's just got like a.
He looks like the kind of people that follow jam bands.
Yes, 100%, 100%. That's it. Yeah, they're Wookiees. Yeah, exactly.
You'd like hear about this, like, he used to play. Yeah, this one guy used to play in this. He used to play in this jam band for a few years. He kind of got spun out, and then now he kind of just hangs out with Rocco Moon.
Yeah.
Now that's what he's doing.
The Spunions.
Now he just makes stone pipes.
Yeah, he makes stone pipes.
Out of rocks they find on the ground.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah. So that's
the key to life. The key to happiness is to be born into unbelievable wealth.
Yeah. The key to happiness is your dad wrote Stranglehold and Cat Scratch Fever.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny because Ted Nugent's his first hit was "Journey to the Center of Your Mind," by the Amboy Dukes, and Rocco took it very seriously.
Yeah, he sure did. Yeah.
Yeah. Ted apparently didn't know the song was about drugs. He was just in the band, and then the album came out, and the whole cover of that Amboy Dukes album is just fucking pipes. And he was like, "What is it about drugs?"
So it's still the same reaction of like, man, I'm gonna go and smoke these crystals in the woods. If your dad's like a Republican,
yeah.
Your dad's a Republican who disapproves, and you're like, no, you just don't get the earth, dude.
Well, that's the thing, man. Is Ted is like his whole like persona is that he kills animals because they're the spirits of sustenance and shit. Like I wrote down one of Ted's quotes where he's like, let's see,
so many guys with super Republican conservative families end up like following jam bands.
Yeah.
They hate their parents. It's their way to rebel. And I think once they start taking acid and realizing how privileged they are, they're just like, fuck, I hate my dad even more. He's a federal judge or a celebrity.
They asked, he kind of interviewed his dad about, veganism and hunting and stuff. And Ted says, I'm like Cochise or Crazy Horse, with my sharp stick providing sustenance to my tribe.
But we don't eat it.
Yeah. He just means his
I want
wife.
Chipotle, Dad.
I'm tired of elk, you asshole. So that's what I did with my whole morning. Was just
I think it's a good use of your time.
Getting into Rocco. I asked this earlier and I got kind of a non-answer. Does everyone know this guy? Like
I've never heard of him.
No, I mean just in your life. Do you know?
Yeah, I've met this guy.
Yeah,
before.
man.
For sure.
I've
tried weed with
the
this
one
guy.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've absolutely bought weed from and with this guy.
Yeah, this guy sells mushrooms for sure.
Yeah, I've spent a couple of regrettable days in a car with this guy.
Yeah, and they just start talking about he's all about chakras, and he's just going on and on. And you're like, dude, can we please? I will pay you to talk about anything
I
else.
feel like that's why everybody's met some guy like this, is because these people go out of their way to seek out people to talk to because everybody's sick of listening to them.
Does not want to hear their shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Anyway, it was nice. It was like being back home. It just reminded me of many Alabama people are like this.
A lot of conservative parents turning out kids like
That's
this.
what I mean. Yeah,
absolutely.
People who are just like, I'm a follower of Christ, but also Buddha, and also
As a statement of rebellion, I'm going to walk 2,000 miles along this trail.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah. So anyway, Rocco Nugent, good find for me today on the internet.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready for our jam of the day?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I found Rocco on the internet today, but I found our jam of the day yesterday at Cracker Barrel, where I went.
Did you go to Cracker Barrel?
I did. Justin Morales and I
You
got
slippery devil.
We got Cracker Barrel to go, and we ended up recording an episode on our Patreon all about WrestleMania. But while I went into the Cracker Barrel to get the to-go food, there was a CD there. I was waiting for my food.
Do they have a tent at Cracker Barrel, but all the chairs are rocking chairs?
They do have a tent at Cracker Barrel, actually, but I assume it's just the regular chairs. But I would request one if we actually were going to eat outside.
It's going to be a lot of old people.
Oh yeah,
in that tent.
Is the swing closed down for COVID?
You mean I can't go in there and buy a Teddy Ruxpin?
Oh man, the last time we were at Cracker Barrel, the guy in the bathroom pulled down his pants past his ass to take a piss.
Yes.
A classic one of those. What?
Is that not common?
Am I not supposed to do that? But yeah, I was standing there waiting on my food, and I looked over at the CD rack, and there was a CD by a guy I'd never heard of, but I just had a feeling about it based on the cover. The CD is called Halfway to Heaven by Brantley Gilbert.
I've heard of Brantley Gilbert.
Have you? Okay, yeah, I assumed you probably would have known him from Nashville stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, and this song is called Kick It in the Sticks.
Whoa.
So this is like hard rock country.
I was about to say, this is taking it kind of like Trapped meets Toby Keith.
Funny you mentioned that. This guy has recorded several songs with Five Finger Death Punch, who we've talked about on here.
There it is.
Say no more.
Yeah, you can get it. But yeah, I looked up. These are some of his song titles. Just tell me if you notice a theme. Tough Town. Rock This Town. Lights of My Hometown.
Town.
What happens in a small town? What's left of a small town? Small Town Throwdown. And of course, this one, not quite the same, but along the same line, kicking it in the sticks.
Pound Town.
Pound Town. Town of dreams.
This is one of those guys that just
Town of broken dreams.
Sits around talking about how he hates the big cities for no reason.
Yeah.
No, I think this is a guy who wrote.
And this was recorded in Los Angeles.
Yeah, 100%. Well, that's the thing, is this is a guy you could tell recorded one song that made it fucking huge, and he was just like, all right, it's all town songs from here on out.
Yeah, they're like town songs.
I'm not doing anything else.
To an arena of just drunk frat boys, it's like, how many of y'all from a small town?
Let's get down into the YouTube comments of I almost said Small Town Throwdown. It's not. It's kicking it in the sticks.
Downtown Julie Brown. Of Clown Town.
Yeah, I was about to say Browntown, Rolo Tony Browntown.
Welcome to Clown Town, Brantley.
These are from the YouTube comments of kicking in the sticks. First up, Caden Blackwell. My father listened to him until he did an overdose.
Which one?
My point exactly. If he had specified his dad, I would not have included that because it is sad. But there is a chance he thinks that this guy overdosed on something and that made his dad be like, no more town songs.
Overdosed because of his music.
Or that.
Or he overdosed on his music.
Oh, maybe that's it. He got burned out on it. Too many town songs. You got to quit writing town songs.
He had it going on the stereo, phone, and TV all at the same time.
Lonnie Spivey from 6 days ago. Good shit. The Dirty South. Hell yes. Come fuck with us. From a Marine in South Carolina.
Bring it, motherfucker. The war's back on. The South will rise again.
The war is in between my ears. Also, he's like, come fuck with us. I'm like, I'm not going to do that.
Wait. Is this the quieter part?
Oh, yeah. The breakdown. In the video, I've seen two of his videos because I was trying to decide which one to feature the comments for.
Sure.
And in two different videos, one of them, a guy fights Chuck Liddell in the middle of the video.
I hope Chuck wins.
No, this guy punches Chuck in the face, and then Chuck is just like staring at him, and the music stops, and everybody's like, holy shit. And Chuck
That's the Iceman.
Yeah. And Chuck just goes, ha, and grabs him for a hug. Like he's that tough, he could just absorb a punch to the face and be like, "Ah, cool, man.
Thanks, brother.
Thanks, brother."
I don't know how to spell my name.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, Chuck's skull does not have feelings anymore.
If I wanted a kiss, I'd ask your mother.
But in this one, fucking Brantley, whatever his name is, Gilbert fights for a guy is about to hit a lady in the face, and he fucking beats the shit out of this dude in the video. So there are two different videos that feature where the music stops and someone fights.
That's how it goes down in a small country town.
That's
man.
right.
I'll tell you what.
So you know how every every good rap video has to have little kids in it for it to be good?
Yeah.
Maybe every good country video needs to have a good old fight.
A barroom brawl.
Barroom brawl.
Some sort of beer being broken over someone's head. Each one.
Mook, Missouri from 4 days ago. It sounds like Nelly wrote this for him. I just want to say, as a fan of Nelly, I probably bought Country Grammar the same year I bought Hell is Hot, and no, this does not remind me of Nelly.
That guy only knows Nelly because of the other country song.
Right, over and over, yeah.
You know that country artist Nelly, who's never done anything else?
I'm not racist. I know Nelly.
This guy, I believe, may be drunk. Thomas Beers from 2 weeks ago. Because at the end of the day, we're all just people. we're all made for fun, to create, to drink, and to be merry.
At the end of the day, we're all from a clown town.
Thomas Beers, you fell asleep.
Sing, man.
Why am I named Beers? Is it because I'm drunk or because I'm named Beers?
Told me to go downtown. I said, no way.
Got a couple ones with similar themes here. Multi-Princess from 1 month ago. I haven't heard this song since I last listened to it with my dad, and he's been in prison since 2018, but this song is still good to listen to.
Every single one of these you find one that's like that.
Oh, yeah. Well, in this case,
people are always going to prison listening to shitty ass music.
I love this song. It reminds me of my dad's pain and suffering.
This one's pretty similar. Landon Wright from 2 months ago. Blow it up for my boy, Wesley Lockett. Good Selly. Hope he's doing all right. So that might be her dad. Who knows?
Hope he's not stabbed yet.
So, as I mentioned, there's a fight where it's a Bradley Gilbert breaks up a domestic disturbance. So this guy's responding to that. This is Devil Racer TV from 2 months ago. Dude, I'm in a Discord server, and this guy says hitting girls is a manly thing to do. It's time to get in the back of the police car. Okay, yes.
Who said that?
Devil Racer TV.
Who said that hitting girls is
a guy on his Discord server, I guess.
Discord is like a public chat room thing, basically.
Yeah.
People in chat rooms be talking shit. Fuck that.
This person, shout out, making her maybe his fourth appearance on the show. They had some crazy shit to say. Episode 115 about Bon Jovi's Wanted Dead or Alive, Theory of a Dead Man's I Hate My Life, and last week for Buy Me a Boat. Shannon Teagarden, 4 months ago. Mm-hmm. We may blue if they ignore it. I don't think it's cool to hurt people and or a beauty shop. Hell, I know I am never listened to, but I sure like this song, and I don't want to be hurt or helped. The parents, I guess the kids can learn us up. I ain't thinking. I am just help. What are you doing for future of sickness or the reflections of the future? So that one may have been written by Rocco.
Well, here's the thing, Shannon Teagarden. You may am or not be maybe listened to anywhere else, but you am our sword time listened to on this show. We are promoting your comments.
I was going to say, this is your fourth
YouTube.
appearance. Next time it's the Five Timers Club, just like SNL.
I don't want to be hurt. Or helped. I want the punch. I don't want to be hurt by it.
I'm like Chuck Liddell. So this one has a couple of different elements happening into it. So Marinia Epley from 5 months ago. Want his concert in Jonesboro, Arkansas. I got real close to him, and I thought he'd be taller. I gotta say, like, what attracted me to initially was just the phrase want his concert.
Made me think Russian bot at first. But
right, yes, want concert.
Want his concert. He's too tiny, he's small. He's very small.
The brother, he's 3.5 feet tall. But they got a reply. They got two replies, actually. The first one from 5 months ago from Brantley Gilbert.
What?
Not a blue check, just an account named Brantley Gilbert.
A fan account, yeah.
Thank you for your sincere comment and love towards my music. COVID-19 has shaped us all. We have you to be the most thankful for. Okay? She got another response, though, from another fake Bradley Gilbert. This one's a little more ominous. Thank you for your love and support. You are super appreciated. If am come to any state, where will you choose? Kindly send me direct message on Gmail, Brantley Gilbert Music Official at Gmail. Please note, ones I get message on my Gmail will call you to be sure, so please don't be a scam. Beware. Thank you.
There's the Russian bot.
Yeah, there's the scam guy.
Yeah.
He's just like,
Please.
hey, I don't want you to scam. I'm worried about scams.
Please, no scam. Just leave credit card information in Gmail account.
Well, so
and buy Sputnik vaccine.
Crocodile, you take it and die. But there were comments to that as well. Nicole Smith says, and I've been calling him Bradley. His name is Brantley, but she says, Bradley needs to watch more on here to stop the scammers that is acting like him. And now here's where it gets crazy. Seamus C replies, I know. I got scammed for $4,800 because these actors pretending to be Brantley Gilbert told me to Venmo for VIP tickets in Moline.
Whoa.
Which I was
you better fucking have that dude blow you for $4,000.
Well, it sounds like we got to start pretending to be this guy.
I know. These people are suckers. My God.
I could use $4,000.
Well, hey, get this, though. That original person who was like, you need to stop these scammers, she replies to Seamus, Nicole Smith, and says, I was scammed for $2,500 to $3,600.
Whoa.
I don't even know how much it was.
Right. That was the part where I was like, it seems like you weren't. You would probably know the amount that they fucked you out of. But anyway, this one, Lone Eagle from 8 months ago.
It's one of those white guys that just loves he just loves native culture, so he has like the jade and earrings and long hair that's braided and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, all
eagle.
All 50-year-old white guys with money go one of two ways: cars or Native Americans. That's the two ways. Lone Eagle from 8 months ago. Just tell the police I'm ready to go back. Let's not beat around the bush. I'm a real gangster little boy. I take my licks like a god. I am a soldier of Rome. I will not yield.
Jeez, man.
Some 300 style stuff in there.
I guess.
That's meth.
Typing threats into the wrong message box, I feel like.
Guessing the drug is one of the most fun. I think you're right. I think that's a meth one right there.
For sure.
I think that one's just like speed and fucking aggression. Just raw fucking...
Goofballs.
Yeah, goofballs.
Goofballs.
Jamie Marquez from 1 year ago. Am fight with this man down here because of all these SWATs. SWATs? I think she means like SWAT teams. That's what I'm thinking based on the next thing. Am fight with this man down here because of all these SWATs. The coppers were looking for me.
Yeah, coppers.
All right. He's like an old,
coppers.
He's like an old, yeah. It's Bugsy Siegel and shit.
You'll never catch me alive, coppers. Me and Brantley here. We're gonna.
I'll punch my dame if I want to, coppers.
Yeah, see.
Brent, come on, can't do anything about it.
I got a couple more here. This is from the section that I'm calling Gas Huffers Anonymous. Omar Trejo from 1 year ago. Bradley, I've asked for something. Pretty please, I've asked. Fist on their faces. They can defend themselves. They don't have to get kidnapped or in DDCXC. I will damage the epicenter.
Jeez.
I will damage the epicenter.
That's one of those ones you want to report, not even to YouTube, but to the like fucking FBI.
Well, here's why I'm worried about Omar Trejo is that was from 1 year ago. This is from 11 months ago. So in just the course of 1 month, we've gone from that, which is like scary but coherent, to this. Babylonia is in Bagas. I am Marduk, Avalon, Amon, Amek, Ekros from Apos. Memories today present. He is alive. Zavarog the Cthulhu, Wokes and Waken brothers, the benevolent Kalo and Zok, and their Demi Titan brothers, the Ankh of Trump.
So he's speaking Latin about Trump.
I guess I'm totally,
he's like calling Cthulhu to the tune of Brantley Gilbert. We all think that like the end of the world is going to be like
yeah,
but it's going to be like Brantley Gilbert or or some shit.
The funniest thing with this was the image of, I don't know if y'all remember when Ace Frehley quit Kiss, they got the new lead guitar guy for Kiss who painted an Ankh on his face, Egyptian symbol. And so when he said the Ankh,
Eric Carr, I believe his name was.
Is that right? Yeah, he looks so weird without the makeup. He looks more cat-like than Peter Criss, frankly. But I did, just when he said the Ankh of Trump, just imagine Trump with the Ankh painted on his face, and it was pretty funny.
Or just dressed like Peter Criss.
$1 Billion Lane from 1 year ago. Hey man, love your tunes. I'd love to hear a song that combines your song, Read Me My Rights, and your song, If You Think You're Man Enough, Let's Step Outside. I don't know your past, but my current situation is don't be a bitch and get mad after you cuff me. Get mad before you cuff me. I'm a good old boy, and these badges think they're tough, but only after backup arrives. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. He wants to fight with the cops before they handcuff him.
I'm in the Aryan Brotherhood.
Sure.
Send me back.
That's where all my friends are anyways.
I mean, this is. He also thinks it's like Twitter, where this is Brantley Gilbert put this up.
Yeah, like,
he's not reading this shit. Yeah.
Hey, I have an idea for what you should do with your career.
Take 2 songs you already wrote and make 1 song out of it.
Well, after reading the list of the titles of his songs, he probably will.
Town.
Yeah, there's probably already a song that
Fight
exists.
the town. I will fight this whole town.
Fight City, USA. Population U.
The town.
This one, I love the screen name. Houston Couch from a year ago. So good that I'm going to bust my weekend because it's so good. And give me my hell yeah. If you don't like this song like I do, I'm going to kill Jason.
Whoa.
Now, that's scary, but I am choosing to believe he means the movie monster Jason.
Yeah.
I'm such a badass. I will fight Jason or Michael Myers. Fuck all y'all.
That was gnarly.
You fucked up a couple of catchphrases. I'm going to bust the weekend and let me hear you exclaim, hell yeah.
These are the last 2. Cotton Wax Fire Wood from 1 year ago. Hey, Trouble. What up? FBI vacuuming. Redheaded baby. Nothing. Name, Amanda Wood. I can't prove it. I'm glad you nail Matt. T-Rex smell yourself. Okay.
His fans love Matt.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man.
They're all schizophrenic.
They're all insane.
5 disconnected thoughts that somehow got sent into a comment section.
And finally, C is for Corey from 1 year ago. Has anyone ran through a vehicle door and the impact was so hard that your body took off the door? Well, that was me. It hurt my head the most. LMAO. I don't know why I did that.
What the fuck?
I heard about someone who, like, as soon as they moved to LA, like, within a week of, like, they parked their car on the Sunset Strip, opened the door, bikers slammed into it, and their fucking door bent around their car.
Jesus.
Like,
that
it must have been that guy.
That happened to Nick Thomas.
Really?
Not that exact, but like he just had like a little Ford Ranger pickup parked out on the street. Like he lived over near Papa Cristo's in K-Town.
Yeah.
And he just had the little Ford Ranger parked on the street. And one night, that's like a residential street. It looked like someone hit it going 150 miles per hour. Like the entire back of the truck was like bent up. Like it was fucking gnarly. It was crazy as shit. Like they totaled it. They just smashed directly into the car. But
was the door still there?
the tailgate. If we're counting the tailgate as a door, no.
I mean, geez, what were they like slalom? Were they sledding down the hill? Or, like, how fast were they going?
It had to have been an incredible speed. Yeah. But anyway, shout out to Cracker Barrel. That is Brantley Gilbert with Kick It in the Sticks. And that's our show.
Hyphen the town.
The town. Kick It in the small town, a.k.a. the Sticks.
This is on the soundtrack to the town.
Yeah, we're gonna rob the bank. We're gonna rob Fenway, but first, put on Brantley Gilbert. Oh well, this is great.
Yeah.
Ronald, tell people where they can find you online.
You can find me on Twitter at It's Fast Ronald, Instagram at the same thing, and I want to say TikTok the same thing too.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Sam, tell people where they can find you.
Slam Harder at Twitter and Slam Harder at TikTok.
Carter.
You can find me at Carter_Glasscock on Twitter and Instagram. And I know you're probably going to do this, but I want to say it. Ronald, thank you for being on the show.
Yeah, thank
you guys for having me. Appreciate it. A lot of fun.
This is great. Well, yeah, give Carter a follow, give Ronald a follow, give Sam a follow. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Rivers Langley, and you can find us on Twitter at The Goods Pod, Facebook.com/The Goods Pod. Buy a shirt; it'll make you look skinny on TV. ProWrestlingTees.com/The Goods Pod, and we will see you next time. R.I.P. DMX.